India won 4 bilateral series, and this is happening after 2009. Well, leave out Bangladesh, but we have got England, West Indies, and Sri Lanka. Well, these three teams are definitely competitive when it comes to one-day internationals. So India's outing against them and their success is really phenomenal. So sets the board going into the World Cup, and then in February, India will definitely have all their tactics and other areas to be improved well in place. Now, talking about the success of the Indian team. When a team is successful, usually they tend to forget areas of improvement. But India has done certain really wonderful things here, talking about tactics and also areas of improvement. Some of these things we are ready to reveal in Cricket Center today. Let's start with the openers in particular. Now, you had Rohit Sharma for a while injured, which left someone like Rahane taking that job, and how well he's enjoyed that position. A lot of responsibility shown, particularly when Shikhar Dhawan was struggling. He made sure that Dhawan could just get in, get his eyes in, and didn't have to go after the bowling. So Rahane took that responsibility, the role to score the runs at a fair clip. So Rahane could do both jobs, primarily because Rahane has the technique, can ease the ball into the gap, and also step it up when it's required. So that young man's done well at the top, and now Shikhar Dhawan will have to push his claims. Are we talking about Rohit Sharma here? Oh yes, Rohit Sharma comes back with a bang, 264. And what has he done? He's eclipsed somebody, a genius like Sehwag, to get the highest score in one-day internationals. Yes, the highest individual score. He's done it twice, a double hundred twice. Well, you're talking about serious talent here. But are we talking about the other area of concern? Now, as pairs, you look at Shikhar Dhawan and Rohit Sharma together. Well, they were the most successful pair in 2013. A combo in world cricket. You want to see that kind of opening pair set the platform for high scores. A team is got to be successful only if the opening pair gets off to bright starts. But the concern here is Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan outside of Asia. Obviously, they haven't done too well, and that kind of partnership, where we're talking about scoring rates around 25 as a pair, not great indeed for a team to sustain itself to win. So, what about Shikhar Dhawan and Rahane? Well, in the 3 outings they've had, obviously better success they've had. So a left-right combination usually good. Well, is someone suggesting Rohit Sharma bat at 3? I'm sure he's not going to like that, but I think you want to stick to Rohit Sharma at the opening spot for sure, and as long as you have the options with you, Rahane can obviously fill in and bat at 3. Now, why are we talking about all this when Ambati Rayudu has done well at number 3? At 3, he is averaging 63. At 4, 5, the average is well and truly above 30. Good strike rate, but someone like Ambati Rayudu has been a floater for a while. Now, in the 20 innings that he's played in 2014, well, he's been a floater all the time. As long as you tell him that you float, get the runs, it's important for the team. But why did Ambati Rayudu come in at 3? Well, there is a reason for all this, because when the openers didn't provide the kind of starts required, Ambati Rayudu had to come in and then make sure that there was urgency shown, which I'm sure is one reason. But the other reason is you need to shield a Virat Kohli. Now let's go to Virat Kohli here. Why does Virat Kohli, the champion batsman who's got 2100s, need to be shielded? Because he's India's best batsman, premier batsman, and you don't want him walking in before the 10th over. Why not before the 10th over? Because of the fact he has walked in before the 10th over 10 occasions in 2014. 8 times the Pacers have knocked him over. Now, in quick click, if Virat Kohli disappears, India has a struggle, particularly in a chase, because the openers are not kind of providing the starts that are required, sustained starts, because that could very well be a problem in a big chase. Now, Virat Kohli here will make a big difference at 4. 6 times out of the 7 times he's gone in at 4 in the last 7 innings he's played. He's been the batsman to look out for. There have been 3 half centuries, 100. The runs have been flowing. And overall, if you look at when he bats at 4, he's got a better average at 78. Now, these are reasons why perhaps the team has felt it's a better strategy push Virat Kohli to 4. Now, overall, if you see, Virat Kohli seems to be quite comfortable there. The other reason that appears to me is Virat Kohli is the batsman who's unstoppable when he plays the spinners. Spinners are always under pressure bowling to him, fleet-footed. He can work the ball around, tremendous risk. And also, in recent times, he said, okay, Ranchi crowd, you want to see a helicopter shot? There it comes. The helicopter shot is just not Dhoni. I can follow that man as well. So Virat Kohli at 4, everything is settled for the Indian team. All other things that need to be in place. But don't forget, you need to look for one loose end to be tied, and that is Dhoni. Who is going to come in if Dhoni is injured? Now we've seen someone like Ambati Rayudu. Oh, that floater again? Oh yes, the floater again. He's done a job in T20 cricket. He's done a job in ODI cricket as the stopgap wicketkeeper. So that takes care of it. And just in case the nation wants to know, the nation already has the answer for you. Now we move on, and where do we move? Obviously to the power play, the batting power play. Has there been any change there? It's been wonderful to see a team think about it because of the fact now the average run scored in the batting power play has been 30. Now it's moved on to 40, which is good. In August 2014, you see a team get to 40 runs. But have you been losing wickets? No, 50% loss in wickets. So that is sustained effort. So a great deal of thinking that's gone into the team. These are areas that we've seen it improve. Now, moving on, has the bowling seen any changes? Most certainly, because a team needs to win, the bowlers have to do well. Deployment of the resources, particularly the fast bowlers. All of a sudden, India has a bag filled with 7 fast bowlers. Yes, just in case. Today, fast bowlers, a niggle here, prone to injuries, will have to get replacements. Replacements have come about, but the premier fast bowlers you're talking about here, Mohammad Shami. Let's start with Shami. 38 wickets in 16 one-day internationals, the topmost wicket taker in ODIs in 2014. And we are in November. I think the rest of them are unlikely to catch up. The ones behind him, the Sri Lankans, I'm sure the way they're going now, they're not going to catch up with Mohammad Shami. Now, Mohammad Shami's improvement has also come about 2 reasons here. One, after the dropping in test matches there, his form dipped and then he was axed from the team. They said, yes, Mohammad Shami, pull your socks and perform. Here comes Mohammad Shami performing. The other good reason is he has been used in certain areas which he was perhaps finding it difficult, and that was one, bowling in the power play overs. No longer you find him bowl in power play overs. Now you straight away see the difference out there. Now he is bowling in the overs, not the power play overs. His economy rates have improved, sustaining at 4, round about 4 or less than 4.5. Now what happens to him at the death? Phenomenal change you see at the death, and that's important because when a bowler bowls well at the death, the reason why he bowls well at the death is because he sustained pressure all the way through and he's reaping the benefits. Now when he's bowled 47% of the overs, middle overs like 11 to 40, now he is being used there. 2 things he does for the team. One, he's the highest wicket taker this year, and that gives the team a chance for getting the opposition batsmen out, put them under more pressure. And also, he's not giving them too many runs. So the pressure is really mounting on the opposition so much that when it comes to the death overs, Shami is back again reaping the benefits. And so also other bowlers alongside doing well. Now moving on from Shami, Shami obviously has had certain areas really thought out well, and he's not bowling so much in the mandatory power play overs. As you can see, 48% to 24%, all those changes, pretty evident the team has thought out the process. Now what happens to Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, who bowls all his overs in the mandatory power play overs? Dhoni says, new ball, give it to Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, because he's really good with the new ball. Now, it hasn't changed so much, but what else has changed? He now comes into the middle overs and no longer bowls at the death, or maybe just 5% of the overs sometimes, if required. So he does bowl his quota of 10 overs, but one reason for him to be used in the middle overs, there's less pressure on the young man. He's taken so much pressure in the last year. He plays all 3 formats. He bowls so much in test cricket. He's been very successful with the new ball, and he's been one of the premier fast bowlers for India. Everybody talks about Bhuvaneshwar Kumar for the fact that if India needs to win abroad, you need Bhuvaneshwar Kumar knocking out the openers. Now, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has taken so much load that he needs to reduce the load. The load has been reduced by him not bowling at the death, and also a little rotation, give him rest. So going into the World Cup, these subtle changes you will definitely see working for India. So Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, as you can see, bowls 38% in the middle overs. That's good news for him because he knows he doesn't need to come back and then say, at the death, I need to do a job. Moving on, somebody has to bowl at the death. Who's going to do it? The world beater someday who wants to become Umesh Yadav. Because of the fact he has pace, he bowls a good Yorker, and a lot of variations that come into Umesh Yadav is the kind of bowler India has been looking forward to. So Umesh Yadav comes in and does a job. Maybe not too many wickets in the bag, but what strikes you straight away is the fact that he's bowling at an economy of 7.36. If you keep a benchmark, and I might even say a world standard to this would be 7.5. And then if you keep a benchmark at 7.5, and then he's well and truly under 7.5 at the death. The other striking factor is the dot percentage, 42%. That is what they say worth its weight in gold. Now, it doesn't end there. You've got other fast bowlers, Ishant Sharma, Varun Aaron, and the likes to come in and do a support job. So overall, India's fast bowling unit looking in very, very good hands. Now, what happens to India when the spinners you talk about? Now, there have been 5 spinners that have been given the job over a period of time. You have Ravindra Jadeja, Ashwin, and then the new boy at the block, Akshar Patel from Gujarat. He's done a phenomenal job. You look at that economy grade, wickets taken, and the other 2 are seasoned professionals over a period of time. You talk about Ravindra Jadeja with the bat, with the ball, and Ashwin very consistent with the ball. Definitely under 5 the economy, really stunning, really good, and I think that's the way to go. Very happy to reveal all those wonderful improvements that the Indian team has done in the recent times to be so successful in those 4 series wins. But is there an area of concern? I would say most certainly an area of concern is in the first 10 overs, the mandatory power play overs. India ranks number 7 amongst the 10 test playing countries. Now, that's not great news. The average of 4.2 is going to put a lot of pressure on the batsmen coming in the middle order. And that's one area India has to certainly look at. Is there a way to look at it? Well, an established opening pair should well do the job. So, go India, go. The World Cup is definitely there for you.